Hey, it's Josh. If after installing a PowerView, Designer roller or screen shade, you notice that the upper limit seems to be set way too low, like in our example here, and when you do a 6-second reset, that bottom bar doesn't seem to go above it, the hard stop needs to be adjusted, but you can prevent this problem during the installation process before you even get to this point, and I'm going to show you how. The design option for the shade will determine where the upper limit should be set. So for example, a roller or screen shade with fascia, we want to make sure that when the shade is fully raised, the bottom bar is tucked into the fascia. For a Designer roller or screen shade with fascia and blockout like we see here, we want to make sure that when the shade is fully raised, that this bottom rail does not go above the channel. The first thing I need to do before I install the roller shade into the brackets is remove the foam insert. Now I'm going to rotate the top limit screw counterclockwise until it cannot rotate anymore. If it cannot rotate anymore, I've reached the hard limit stop. For an outside mount, your considerations for an upper limit are the same. The only difference is the orientation of the brackets. Now before I install the shade, I want to make sure the bottom rail is nestled up against the roll, which I look pretty good here. Now I'm going to install the idle end of the shade into the idle bracket. My bottom rail is right next to my roll, and now I need to line up the motor end into the bracket. Now notice it doesn't exactly go in, so I need to remove the paper bands, and I want to rotate this until the motor lines up in alignment with the bracket. Now remember, I'm still holding the top limit in place because it's inserted, so now I'm going to install the shade fully. I've got the click. Now I'm going to apply power to this roller shade. Now with my roller shade fully powered up to the battery pack, let's check the hard limit. I'm going to press the programming button. The shade's going to automatically come down. I'm going to press stop. Now I want to see it go up. There's the hard limit. The hard limit cannot be adjusted any higher. The only way to do that is to uninstall the shade and do the process we just went through. Having adjusted the upper limit on this shade, I may have affected the bottom limit. I might need to make those adjustments. If you need additional instructions for how to adjust the bottom limits for a Designer roller or screen shade, please refer to the PowerView step-by-step guide for further instructions. And that's taking a look at adjusting the hard limit on a Designer roller or screen shade with PowerView during the installation process, and we did it in under 2 hours.